Amigos, hola, Stuart here with another video, and many people still think that moving to Spain looks like this. Retired people on the Costa del Sol drinking cheap lager. But the real picture nowadays is completely different. Spain is becoming one of the most multicultural countries in Europe, and the people moving here are coming from everywhere. And today we're talking about why that is. Let's start with the stereotype, because we all know it: sun, sand, sangria, and pubs with menus in English. Right? Retirees that have been living in Spain for 10 or 20 years and speak no more than 5 words in the local language, and 2 of those words are una cerveza. But the truth is, nowadays, that's only one side of the story. Spain today is full of people from Morocco, Romania, Colombia, Argentina, China, Italy, France, Senegal, and yes, the UK, United States, Ireland, Australia, and Canada, but living completely different lives to the tourist version that we often see online. So why Spain? Well, it's easy. For example, quality of life. Here in Spain, a lot of people will tell you that their quality of life is second to none. Another important thing is that Spain has a slower pace about it. Things move at a different rhythm here, and that is something that a lot of people like. We also have to talk about social culture, which is very important for a lot of people. Awesome food is another thing that brings people to Spain, and I'm going to be honest, it's one of my favorite things as well. The cuisine in this country is unbelievable. Another thing that brings people to Spain is walkable cities. The majority of cities here in Spain are quite compact and easy to get around on foot. A lot of people I know that have moved here in recent times don't even need a car anymore. They're quite happy to take public transport, quite happy to take Ubers, quite happy to get around on foot, and for them that is quality of life. No more stress related to motor vehicles. And let's not forget incredible healthcare, both public and private. Spain has one of the best healthcare systems in the world, and it's accessible and affordable, which is also important, right? And another thing that I have to talk about, and yes, it is the weather. The weather here in Spain can be a little bit stereotypical. People think that Spain has fantastic hot weather all year round. That is not the case, but we do get sunny days. For example, today, the 10th of November, you can see how sunny the day is. And in some other parts of the country, you're going to get fantastic weather throughout the year. For example, the Canary Islands. In other parts of the country, mild winters. Think the Costa del Sol, think the Valencian community. But in the majority of the country, as I said, except for the north has fairly shocking winters, but in the rest of the country, you can get decent sunny days the majority of the year. So Spain is one of the few countries where life still feels like life. Meals are slow, weekends matter, and people still actually go outside and enjoy life. Now, let's talk about English speakers here in Spain, and let's be honest about this. This is where a lot of social media gets it wrong. As I said earlier, in previous times, it was the case that the majority of English-speaking foreign residents here in Spain were looking for sun, were looking for a cheaper cost of living, and flocked to certain places, but that is no longer the case. Nowadays, you've got remote workers all over the country. You've got teachers that have come here to work in the school system. You've got foreign students that are studying abroad, for example, doing the Erasmus programs. Of course, we've still got the retirees enjoying the sun, and there's also a lot of creatives moving to Spain nowadays looking for that slower lifestyle. And most importantly, a lot of English-speaking foreign residents are no longer living in those expat bubbles like they might have done 20 or 30 years ago. They're doing language exchanges, they're joining hiking groups, they're working at startups, and most importantly, they're making Spanish friends and integrating into Spanish society. No more of that hiding on the beach and only drinking at English-speaking bars, and that's a positive. Now, let's talk about Latin American arrivals here in Spain, and this is one of the biggest foreign resident groups in the country nowadays. And it makes sense. Shared language, shared cultural roots, family connections. It's not exactly like starting from zero. And you'll find an enormous amount of Spanish-speaking Americans all over Spain. Argentinians, Colombians, Venezuelans, Peruvians, Ecuadorians, you name it, you'll find Spanish-speaking Americans all over Spain nowadays. And in my opinion, this adds a ton to the Spanish cultural landscape. Food, music, slang, festivals, it's a real blend. And another thing I'll point out is that a lot of people that come to Spain from those Spanish-speaking countries are very hardworking and very entrepreneurial, which is also good for Spain. And then there's Europeans. So many Europeans are moving to Spain. Italians everywhere. They come to Spain for the weather and because of the similarities between the two cultures, and Spain, I think, is a little bit cheaper than Italy is nowadays. French, also pretty common, especially in some of the Mediterranean parts of Spain. Think Catalonia, think the Valencian community, and also in places like the Basque Country because it's close to France. So for many French people, you get a better climate and you're not too far away from home. But by far the biggest European migrant groups here in Spain are from Romania and from Bulgaria because they come here looking for work. From agriculture to logistics to hospitality, you'll find people from these countries working here in Spain. And what about Germans? Well, go to the islands here in Spain, whether it be the Balearic Islands or the Canary Islands, and you will find a lot of Germans who have made Spain their home. Again, better weather, cost of living, and they're not too far away from their homeland in case they need to get home quickly, just a couple of hours by plane. And believe me, in the future, more and more Europeans will be coming to live in Spain, again for the good weather and also for the cheaper cost of living, mainly as retirees, I think. Now, Spain has deep historical ties with North Africa, especially Morocco, and today Moroccan communities are a huge part of Spanish life. Businesses, food, culture, music, language influence, it's all mixed in. In fact, people from Morocco are one of the biggest home buyers in Spain nowadays. Other groups of people that you'll find here are coming from places like China or Pakistan, and they're running some of the most important small businesses in Spain nowadays. And this isn't new. Spain has always been a cultural crossroads, and it still is. And in the future, with Spain's current immigration policy, you can expect more and more people to move to Spain from countries that I have just mentioned: China, India, Pakistan, and the like. Now let's keep this real. Moving to Spain is not all about great weather and fantastic food. There will be some challenges. Think bureaucracy, think paperwork, think adjusting to your new way of life here, think meeting new friends. It's not going to be easy. It will take time. I'm not going to speak too much about it now because I have talked about this on numerous occasions in different videos. I'll put some links in the description below if you want to see those videos, but there's going to be a few things that you're going to need to get used to, and believe me, it might take time. If you're coming here for work purposes, you have to realize that salaries in Spain are not as high as in some other European countries, for example. You'll also have to learn the language and get used to speaking and understanding the Spanish language on a daily basis, and for many people that is a huge issue. And I'll also say that here in Spain there's not only one language, there are 4 official languages spoken in the country, so depending on where you are, you might have to learn another language as well. Maybe Galician, maybe Basque, maybe Catalan, or another language that you'll find here in Spain. But believe me, learning the Spanish language, Castilian Spanish, should be enough even in those places as well. But basically the moral of this story is that it's very, very difficult to get by on English alone here in Spain, especially in some of the big cities. In the coastal areas, maybe you can find big foreign resident populations that are only going to speak English, but the challenge for me and the most rewarding thing for me has been learning the Spanish language. And believe me, when you do learn the Spanish language, and you will learn the Spanish language, doors will open, and that's important. So the reason a lot of people are moving to Spain nowadays isn't to escape life, it's to build one, a slower, richer life, one with community, one with sunlight, one that feels lived. Spain isn't just only a holiday destination, it's a home for millions of people that have moved here looking to improve their quality of life. Questions and comments, please leave them in the section below. If you have anything to add to the conversation today, I would love to hear it. If you're planning a move to Spain, let me know. If you're already living here in Spain, let me know if you resonate with any of the things that I have mentioned in this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you never miss a video when I record it. Until the next one, hasta luego from sunny Spain.